Hey y'all, it's Jazspire and I'm back with a quick video about the dark night of the soul. And it's about 4:30 in the morning. Spirit woke me up and this is the message that I was supposed to give to whoever is going to watch this video. And I am at my altar and I was just thinking and meditating, and that is what kind of popped up in my head to do, aka spirit. So from my experience, I think the dark night of the soul is when the soul is at its lowest point in life. The soul is depressed. The soul feel like it can't go on any longer. Maybe a tragedy happened. Maybe a loved one passed away that was really close to them, or just anything tragic, depressing. They lost their job, lost everything, their home, their car, just anything that the soul goes through tragically that the soul has never experienced in that lifetime. And this is the darkest moment for the soul. And me personally, my experience of the dark night of the soul is when I lost my mom. She was murdered. She was stabbed 32 times while me and my son were in a home, and she was just outside. Her boyfriend killed her, and it was very tragic for me. And on top of that, I was pregnant. I was 5 months pregnant with my daughter, and life was completely turned upside down. I was staying with my mom at the time. I had to move out and move in with my aunt, and everything just completely changed. I had to share a room with my brother and my child, and it was like the darkest moments for me. I cried all the time. I cried in the shower. I cried. I'll be out in public and I just start crying. It was really that bad. I was going through it. I was drinking heavily. When I had my friends around me and we'd go out and party, I was always the drunkest one. And I feel like that was because I was trying to drown out what was going on, and I didn't even realize that I was doing it until after the fact. Until I came out of the dark night. So I didn't even realize that I was self-sabotaging myself. I was making myself sick. And during all those times, mentally, I had negative thoughts. I was depressed, had a little bit of anxiety, and things was just terrible. But I kept a smile on my face, and that was the toxic shit. Because everybody was thinking I was alright, but internally, I wasn't. I felt down and out. And it's like nobody knew like that. They just thought it was fine. I was living life like everything's alright, but I was really going through the dark night of the soul. And during that time, this is the first time, during the dark night of the soul, was the first time I had an asthma attack. I had to go to the hospital, and they told me that my body started turning acidic, and I was like, what in the hell? How did I even get to this point? I've never been that sick before, ever. I've never been that sick before, and now that I look back on it, I was manifesting those things in my life. I was manifesting that sickness, that illness, because sickness starts within the mind. If your mind is ill and sick with negative thoughts, you're going to manifest that into your body eventually. So that was the process I was going through. And the way that I came out of the dark night of the soul was I cried my hardest. And I got on my knees and I was like, God, I cannot do this anymore. I just cannot do this anymore. This cannot be my life. This cannot be the way that my life has to be. Like, why me? This can't be what life is about. Because I was really stressing out. I was really depressed. I was really like ready to go. I was ready to go. It was really tough. And after that, it's like literally like within that week, I think I had a spiritual awakening. I had a Kundalini awakening, and that's when your third eye opens and you start to see through the illusions. You know, life starts to awaken to you. You start to awaken to the true powers within you. Like, I was awakened to the true powers within me, and all this stuff, all these people, all this knowledge was being revealed to me, like back to back to back to back. And I was like, okay, so this is getting a little better. And I was realizing that everything that I was going through in the dark night of the soul, I was kind of causing that on myself eventually. But it made me realize that you have to go through the dark sometimes to get to the light. You have to go through that. And it's like going through the darkness is like a tunnel. It's like a gateway to the light. It's really a gateway to the light. It is necessary for you to go through that, because how would you know the light without the dark? Like, you have to experience both of them to understand that they intertwine, and that's how you become whole. It's needed. It's a part of life, just like the sun and the moon, the light and the dark. It's like it's needed. And you know, it takes the darkness to see illumination. Like, you can't see the stars unless it's dark, right? You can't see the sparkle in the sky. You can't see those things unless it's dark. So the darkness is needed in order to expand in your life, in order to expand your soul. Because this is a journey, and it's needed. It's needed. It's needed. And after my dark night of the soul, and after finding this wisdom and knowledge, I came to the realization that losing my mom was bittersweet, because it's like she died for me to live. I wouldn't be living like this spiritually. I wouldn't be aware as much as I am if I didn't lose my mom. And I still feel like she's here by my side on a daily basis. I just feel like she's with me spiritually, and I'm grateful for my mom. I'm so grateful for you. Sometimes tragedies and bad things have to happen for us to be awakened into our true power, and that's what happened in my situation. That's really my spill on the dark night of the soul. It's necessary. It's needed. To overcome it, you just have to, you know, sit in those feelings, embody those feelings. Just sit there with it and know that you can overcome that, and ask the universe for guidance. Ask the universe to help you up out of this, to bring you to the end of the tunnel. Ask the universe to bring you to your light. Because once you're tired of being tired of that shit, it's time to go to the light. It's time to be the light. But just know that you're resilient, and you can overcome anything. Like, that was really the toughest part of my life. And on top of all that, I had to be there for my children. At the time, they were under 2 years old, and I had to be there for them. I feel like I couldn't be crying around them all the time, and I needed to be strong for them. So, but doing that and going through the dark night of the soul led me to my light. It led me to teach the things that I teach and be a light for others, be an example for others who are going through situations that they haven't overcame 10 years later or years later, and they still stuck in that paradigm. So I'm here to be an example and show you guys that the dark night of the soul it's not, it should be temporary. It's only temporary, and you can overcome it, and you can step into your power and step into your light and be the best, greatest version of yourself, the highest version of yourself, so that you too can be a part of the light and illuminate others and awaken others. So yeah, I hope this video helps somebody out, and this is what Spirit told me to channel. So if you love this video, please comment below or like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you can be updated on my videos. So thank you, and I hope you have a blessed and prosperous day.